Hi everybody, my name is Carmel. I'm the mayor of Mill Valley.
And I'm Todd Cusimano, your city manager.
Today we want to talk to you about the most important initiative we're undertaking, not just this year, but for many years ahead. Today, your city is in a really great financial and operating position. Our sales tax and our transit occupancy tax are among the lowest in the county. Our parks and our field are the envy of our neighbors. Your library was voted the second best small library in America. Last year, we reduced over 400 tons of fuel off the hillside in order to reduce fire risk. Pensions are often regarded as a huge financial risk for a city, yet we've done the math. We can weather the doubling of our pension obligations over the next 10 years and still maintain our level of investment in your community. I could go on and talk about our great initiatives with respect to affordable housing, diversity, equity, and inclusiveness, climate action plan, all of which are leading efforts within the county. While all of this is really good news and should be a source of pride for everybody in the community, we face some challenges in the years ahead that require some urgent actions.
Led by our Public Works team, we've been assessing our infrastructure needs for the past 3 to 5 years. And what we found is that we need approximately $150 to $180 million in investment over the next 10 to 15 years. This is twice the amount we have available to us today. Why is it important? Our infrastructure protects the public safety and welfare of our community. When you think about our infrastructure, think about it in 3 pots. The first is public safety improvements, the second is deferred maintenance, and the third is community investment. So let's talk about them. So first with safety improvements, it all starts there, and this is approximately 50% of our investment needs over the next 10 to 15 years. With climate change and the extreme weather events, it has a major impact on our city in 3 specific areas. 1, the droughts and hotter periods cause major fire issues for our hillsides, and fuel reduction and vegetation management is a #1 priority for our city. The second is the atmospheric rivers, causing major flooding problems within our city, but also landslides on our hillsides. The third is sea level rise, and the importance of flood mitigation and management to protect our infrastructure not only today, but for the next 100 years. The second investment is related to deferred maintenance. The city owns 8 civic buildings, and within those buildings, we have years of deferred maintenance. This is approximately 20% of our need. And when you think about deferred maintenance, think about HVAC systems, mold remediation, remodeling for office space, ADA accessible access, foundation issues, roof repairs. We are in need over the next 10 to 15 years to do major investment in all 8 civic buildings. The third bucket is community investment. This is approximately 30% of our investment. This is related to the 70 miles of roadway that we have in our city, expanding our sidewalks for pedestrian and bicycle use to make sure that all of our areas within our community are accessible to everyone in our community. It's also related to quality of life, our library, our park and rec facilities, our playgrounds, our fields. This is what separates our community from all others. And this is something that is a major priority, not only for our community, but your staff. And we're going to work hard to make sure that we preserve that for the next 50 years.
We wanted to validate what we heard from Public Works and also form a plan for what we should do next. So last July, your city council formed a 15-person citizens advisory panel. It was comprised of 7 women and 8 men, and they spent 4 months studying all of these issues. This is some of what we heard.
Hello, I'm Jim Parinello. With me is Jerry Cahill. We're the co-chairs of the committee. I should start by saying the committee was not a rubber stamp committee. We wanted to find out whether the city had legitimate infrastructure needs. As a result of that, we spent many hours reviewing lengthy city reports, outside consultant reports. We met with the city's finance director. We met with the director of public works. We asked them a lot of hard questions and we got great answers. The result is that the committee then spent 8 meetings reviewing all the materials, reviewing the consultant reports, reviewing outside consultant reports, and we concluded that the city's infrastructure needs were legitimate. Actually, the committee unanimously agreed that the city has between $150 and $180 million in critical infrastructure needs.
I'm Jerry Cahill. I was co-chair with Jim, and I was extremely skeptical about this requirement for funding the infrastructure shortfall. I wasn't even aware that there was one, but after spending the time reading many, many reports and also talking with independent consultants, both from the tax angle and also just how other measures have been done, we think that there is a definite need, and we think that the sales tax proposition is the best way to go.
Hi, I'm Kendra Pollock. After looking at the investment need, we then held a meeting over how to fund this. We looked at 6 different ways: parcel tax, bonds, TOT, business license tax, real estate transfer tax, and sales tax. It was an exhaustive review.
And hi, I'm Hunter Moore, and the city did a great job of outlining the infrastructure needs, and the committee at the end of the day looked at all 6 of those options and thought a bond investment was really not needed, that a parcel tax would not be appealing, that TOT and business tax didn't generate enough income, and so we really only had 2 options: the transfer tax on the sale of a property and/or a general sales tax. And while there was disagreement among the members as to which of these was preferred, the research clearly showed that voters would prefer a general sales tax. And at the end of the day, that's what's most important, that we generate enough funds to cover the infrastructure needs.
The final thing the committee recommended was that there be guardrails on this measure to protect the taxpayers. The first guardrail is that the money only be spent for actual infrastructure needs. The second guardrail is that there be an oversight committee, an independent citizens oversight committee, to review the expenditures and make sure that they are only spent on infrastructure and nothing else.
And we did not want this tax to be unending. So we provided for a sunset provision, so it will terminate at 10 years.
I'm Al Grumet. We also recommended that this tax go to the voters this November. The city has an immediate investment need, and we concluded that the time to act is now.
I think it's critical that we take care of this deferred maintenance problem, which is very significant. We could let it go, and then in 10 years we're going to have an emergency. We won't have the funds to take care of the problem, and the city could be a disaster. We have prided ourselves over the years in planning ahead, and that's what this project is.
Your City Council discussed the recommendations from the panel and from EMC at council meetings in December and March. That's why you'll see a ballot initiative in November for a 1% sales tax increase. We believe that that will allow us, together with our existing source of funding, to make the investments that we need to over the next 10 years to improve our infrastructure in the ways that we described.
Over the coming months, more information will be coming out on how we precisely plan to spend our investment strategy. For more information, please go to the website listed on the screen or contact myself or staff as we look forward to having this conversation with you.
We will hold a community forum where you can learn more and ask questions. If your neighborhood is interested, we'd be happy to come and visit and present this information to you. We want everybody to be as well informed as possible. Thank you so much for your time today, and please share this video widely.